Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy winter solstice. Hope you guys can hear me okay. All right. Hi. This is a Tofurkey shirt. Yes. Tofurkey sent it to me. Unfortunately, it's a little bit small. I normally wear a small when it comes to t-shirts, but with sweaters, I think I'm more of a medium. But you guys can't tell that it's small. I gotta just pull the sleeves down a little bit. But I love the colors on it. It's Tofurkey holiday sweater. Holiday ugly sweater. I wore my other one in my my video that I uploaded today. If you guys saw that one, that was my top 5 Christmas movies in my own opinion. So I posted that. If you guys check it out, let me know what yours are. But yeah, happy winter solstice. So today was the day with the shortest amount of daylight out of the year. So from now on, we're going to start getting more and more daylight. You like the Christmas lights? They're hanging on my microphone. Am I having tofurkey for Christmas? I don't know. I'm not sure. Usually I have pizza. Usually I make pizza. And normally I go to my parents' house with a bunch of family. But this year we're going to my brother's in-laws' house. So that'll be a change in tradition. So I don't know what kind of food they're going to be having there. You're going to have a vegan Wellington. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still have a vegan tofurkey ham in the freezer. Maybe I'll make that one of these days. Maybe for New Year's. I don't know. But usually pizzas are go-to Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day we have like a big brunch and stuff like that. But the older we get, the later and later we go over there. It used to be like get up at 5 or 6 in the morning, and then now it's like I'll be over there at like 2 or 3. The Nightmare Before Christmas is your favorite movie. Annabelle's Wish is a good one. Someone mentioned Edward Scissorhands. What is Annabelle's Wish? Is that the one with the blanket? Unpopular opinion. I don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas. But that's just my opinion. Sounds like I need to bring a pizza just in case. Maybe. Die Hard is yours. You're doing wild rice. I had wild rice for Christmas morning a few years ago. I think I made a tofu scramble. My mom always hated tofu. She didn't ever want to try it or anything. She just hated it. And then she finally saw the tofu scramble I made, and she said, "Well, can I have a little?" I'm like, "Mom, it's tofu. You don't like tofu." And then she tried it, and she really liked it. I still like Rudolph too. I don't know how many of you are already seen my video for my top 5. Do you guys like that series that I'm doing? By the way, I've done 2 so far. I'm trying to do like different top 5s, and hopefully that helps people out. Well, the reason I'm asking is because I did a vlog. Let me try to find it now that we're talking about it. I did a vlog last year, I think it was. did I put it on my, I don't remember if I put it on this channel or my other channel, Vlogmas. Let's see. No, that was 3 years ago. So if I go to, I'm wondering if that's the movie that I'm thinking of. Because if so, okay, hold on, that was wrong. Okay, here we go, here we go. I'm looking at all my old recipes and Christmas cookies. Okay, so I wonder if this is the one right here. I'll just kind of skim through it just to make sure. Because you guys should check it out if remember Christmas story. If that's what I'm about to. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm looking for something specific in here. Was that not the one? I'll have to find it another time. Anyway, there was a movie that is very suspect because something happened when I was little with my little brother and my dad for my dad to write up. And my dad used to write like short stories and stuff. He wrote up this short story of the blanket. He called it the blanket. And then and then he published it. And then there was a guy around the same time that came and wrote this, the writer of the movie that I'm thinking of. And I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's Annabelle's Wish, but it might be. And then I saw that and it was like the exact same thing as my dad's story. My dad's story was a true story where we would go to church when I was little, and then outside the church there was like the nativity set and everything with like the baby Jesus and everything. And my little brother at the time, because he was little, he was like probably 3 or 4. He said that, Dad, baby Jesus must be really cold. It's freezing out here. So he made my dad go home and he grabbed his blanket and he came back up and he put the blanket on the baby Jesus. So my dad turned that into a short story. He wrote that short story. And there was a movie, and I don't know what movie. I don't know if it's that movie or not. It might be a different one. But it was on Netflix, and I was like, oh my God, they totally ripped you off. It's like the same story where, I mean, there's a little bit more that happens in it, but that was the gist of it. Give the nativity set, the blanket and stuff. I don't know if that's the one or not. But I did a whole vlog on it. I think this might be the one right here. I feel like there was a different one. Let me just, in case you guys are interested in that, I'm just going to post it for you guys to watch later if you guys want to. I did a whole Vlogmas last year. I've been doing Vlogmases every single year pretty much. The videos I make cooking with random ingredients laying around the house. Well, I should do more videos then, because that's pretty much how I make my food all the time. The random ingredients. Hello, apple tree. Linda's got to go run some errands. Remember to like this. Thank you, Tom. Like the stream, everyone. Well, this isn't actually the original. This is Mike signed it. This is his new. He redid the Barnyard, and he sent me this. He actually sent me this. For free. He sent me a couple decks, and he sent me a bunch of his shirts too. But he no longer does the shirts. But he signed it with love right there, and that's how he does his. Got another one over there from him too. But yes, Barnyard. And yes, I was around when the first Barnyard came out, and my friend Matt got it, and I used to skate on it. And I remember the tail and the nose were exactly the same. That was the one thing that I remembered about it. Am I pagan, Wiccan? No. Greetings from Scotland. Hello, Reality Observer. The hills and the glens. I've never been to Scotland. My brother went to Ireland with my uncle years ago when he was younger. And they went and they saw like castles and stuff. All the things that I was supposed to go, but I was like, I guess I was bad. I got grounded. And then my brother got to go instead of me or something like that. Or no, maybe that was something, maybe that was different. That used to happen to me a lot, but I think this was different. I think he actually asked my brother to go with him that time. The elephant deck. I don't have the elephant deck, but I do have another deck over here. That I got. This is another one. This is the street plant. One. Let's see. He sent me this one. No, wait, no. I bought this. I think my brother and I went in because it was like, I think it was like buy one, get one free or half off or something. So my brother and I, we both bought, this was the one I got from him. And Mike actually sent me that one. Mike was a vegan for a little bit. I'm disappointed he's no longer, but what's up? Wow. Info. Congrats on 17 years vegan. No, I was never, the no salt diet was actually, guys, that was an accident. And I tried to explain that in other videos. The no salt diet was never about the salt. So, that made it even harder. But yeah, I did do the no salt thing for like 3 weeks in my entire life. And then I realized, wait a minute. So, I don't think that was what Esselstyn was saying. Esselstyn was saying the no oil, the whole foods and all that stuff. But I interpreted it as also no salt, but that wasn't the case. So I immediately put salt back in because it sucked trying to eat with no salt. Nothing tasted right. I tried dulse and all these different seasonings, and it just was like I needed some salt. Although he recommends under 15 milligrams per day, something like that. I try not to have huge sodium intake, but I definitely have salt. You guys have beautiful scenery and speak funny. You quit skateboarding because you got tired of leaving your skin on the pavement. Yeah, I still skate when I can. I think this is the only year in over probably 33, 34 years that I didn't skate. I didn't skate this year. Every other year I skated at least, a few days, but I didn't either have anybody to skate with this year. That's the other thing. I don't like skating by myself, so I like to find people, and I outgrew everyone. Nobody skates anymore. So then I'll skate next year. Yeah, that would be nice to go to a castle someday. I want to go to Dracula's castle between the Carpathian Mountains. Yeah, miso is. I actually just bought miso like 2 nights ago. It was on sale, so I got a big container of. I used to put miso in. If you go back to those videos, I actually use miso in place of it. Good stuff. Good for you too. I just bought some broccoli sprouts too. It's supposed to be really good for you. Supposed to fight cancer. You have Irish and Scottish on mom's side. My dad is like pure Irish. Where did I get the tofurkey sweater? Tofurkey. They sent it to me a few years ago. How often do I make a tofu hash brown scramble? I used to do it all the time, but I haven't even made tofu scramble in a very long time. I don't know. I get in the like different moods for different things, but I haven't made it in a while. It used to be something I always used to make. But now that you put that in my head, I'll probably make it. You recommend lentil soup? That's funny because I love Ethiopian lentils. They're so good with the burberry. Maybe I'll have some of that tonight. You love coffee? Is it okay to eat every day? Wait, do you eat coffee? I've never had coffee before. And I'm sure there's billions of people that would say that it's okay to have every day. You like the homemade oatmeal? That's what I like. I don't know. Like I like certain oatmeal, but like others like just bland. I just can't get into it. I try to have. I can't. I make it all nice and good and tasty, and I take one bite and I'm like, oh, I'm full. Oatmeal. Yeah, I love Ethiopian food with the injera and oh they have such good stuff. You're a YouTuber with over 15,000 videos. What do you make a video every couple hours? 15,000 videos. I've been doing it since YouTube came out here, and I've got like a couple thousand. I have tried Just Egg. I never really liked eggs, but Just Egg is pretty decent. It's pretty good. But I have one upstairs that I let go bad because I never. I mean, it's not something that I'm craving, but I bought a few of them for the movie, and we didn't use them all, so I have one that's probably bad. I wanted to just give it to the dogs, but it's probably too bad for that. I mean, it's sealed up, but they say it expires and it goes bad, so I don't know. Yeah, I did hear that. I heard that same thing. I read that, Sabrina. The high levels of cadmium and lead in dark chocolate, certain dark chocolates out there. Oh, sweet potatoes, spinach, and carrots as well. My dogs eat a lot of sweet potatoes and carrots. I don't really eat any of the chocolate that was on that list, but yeah, you want to definitely look out for that. There's probably worse things in other foods that we don't even know about that they're not talking about. And don't use Teflon either anymore. Dried peaches. Wait, what are we talking about? So we got Seattle here. Trying to go through all these comments. Vegan meal delivery. I've only really tried Vistro, and they're good. Everything I've tried by them is super good. I actually did a video with them. I went to their facility a couple years ago. Is it true Irish people eat potatoes? Doesn't everybody eat potatoes? No, there was a great potato famine. My dad shared that an article with me not too long ago. But I'm like half Irish, and I love potatoes. I mean, who doesn't love potatoes? I got some nice yellow golden butter potatoes, and oh, they make the best mashed potatoes. That's what I used when I made the when I tried out Gordon Ramsay's steak dinner recipe, vegan steak dinner recipe. You don't like the just egg? Well, you can always just make tofu scramble. Lentil soup with shredded mozzarella and sautéed rapini. That sounds really good. Turnips. Turnips and what was it? Turnips and parsnips, I think. I did a recipe that I used. Me and John used those two ingredients, and we were in Vegetarian Times magazine for it. Oh, they changed their menu. Yeah, I haven't had Vistro in a while. I hate mushrooms. I'm the vegan that hates mushrooms. Potatoes or rice. It depends how they're made. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's all about what I'm craving. Probably, I mean, good rice. I don't know. Cause that Ethiopian food, what the way they make their potatoes so nice and tender, and just like almost melts in your mouth, like that's amazing. But then sometimes I just want some rice. So, but I'd probably go with the potatoes more often than the rice. But no, yeah, I never liked mushroom. Well, okay, that's not true. When I was a little kid, I liked mushrooms. Like when I was real little, we used to do fondue. Yep, I was born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s. And we used to do fondue, and I remember the mushrooms, and I loved the mushrooms. And then somewhere down the line, for whatever reason, I just hated mushrooms. I didn't like that they were fungus. I didn't like that some of them were slimy, and I didn't like mushrooms. And then I tried several times to like them. I remember being on the vegan cruise. We went to Australia, or not Australia, Alaska. We went to Alaska, and I remember they had these burgers. They had vegan burgers and fries, and they looked amazing. These nice burgers. I've got a video of it somewhere, and John was eating these portobello mushroom burgers, and they looked really good, and I was really hungry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I know it's a mushroom, but I'm gonna give it a try. So I got my fries, my burger, and it was all complimentary. So anyone that wanted them, just go up and grab one. And I grabbed the burger and I bit into it, and I couldn't eat it. I had to spit it out, and just like, here, John, take my burger. And I just ate the fries, but I just can't. I don't like mushrooms. Now I guess it really all depends what they are, because when I went to Donna Jean, a nice restaurant, a vegan restaurant in San Diego. I think they have a new one now too in LA, but in San Diego at the time, Roy, the owner, made some food for us, and we did a video there, and he made Nashville hot shrooms, and I was like, oh man, I hate mushrooms. But like he served it off to us, and they're different. It's a different kind of a mushroom. What kind of mushroom was it? I forget what it was. I forget. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Why can't I think of it? But anyway, didn't taste like a mushroom to me, and I ate it because he made it for us. And I'm like, I'm just gonna eat it and be nice. But I ate it, and I actually really liked it, and I just tried to forget that it was a mushroom. But I can't eat portobellos. I can't eat the regular. I don't know. I don't like mushrooms. Favorite vegan meal right now? I mean, anytime it's probably gonna just be a nice done right pizza. Yeah. But I like making like these tofu sandwiches that I make, which I use the gochujang sauce, which I make with the bibimbap, which is a Korean dish. And I'll make that sauce up and I'll marinate my tofu in it and then I'll cook it up just right. And then maybe I don't toast that. I make my bagels on my cast iron skillet so they're toasted just right, and then I'll put it on that with some other things, and that's really good too. But yeah, at any given time, pizza's gonna do it for me probably. Oh, the hydroponic garden is non-existent now. It's no longer. It's no red skin potatoes for the win. I like the red skin ones, but I like the russet, and I also like the gold. I think the golden ones are my favorite. And I can always eat Ethiopian food. You know, a nice Ethiopian vegan tray with their beets and their potatoes and their lentils and their collards. It's yum. Have I seen the Sarno Brothers barbecue mushroom steak video? Yes. In fact, I've been at his house when he was making it, so. Oh yeah. You were asking if I watched Unsolved Mysteries back in the day. Yeah, I remember when Unsolved Mysteries came out. I remember my friends and I were like, because that's like there was no internet back then. So when that came out, we were all like, oh my God, it's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Did you see there's ghosts and there's this and there's murders and aliens? And it's like, it's crazy. It's like, that's all we talked about back then. And yeah, my dad so I did find it and I uploaded it to my channel. Oops. Let me find it here real quick for you. So my dad was in. The reason why I could never find it was because it wasn't actually Unsolved Mysteries. It was a show just like that, and there was a double murder here in Syracuse, New York, that was unsolved, and they recreated what they think happened. And my dad was an actor, so my dad acted as one of the murderers, and our family van was in it and stuff like that. So I think they got a few calls saying like, "Oh, I know that van." It's like, no, this is just a reenactment. People didn't understand back then. But let me find it for you, and I'll go ahead and link it if you want to watch it. The murder is still to this day unsolved. They never found out who did it. But let me see if I can find it here. Okay, here it is right here. I found my dad had it on a VHS tape, and I found the old VHS tape, which is what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm going through all my old VHS tapes and I'm digitizing them on my computer. So I've been doing that currently, which is pretty cool seeing some of these old movies. But that's how I actually got this onto my computer, and then I uploaded it for other people to see it. But there it is if you are interested in there. Some things that are, some things that were, and some things that have not yet come to pass. Name that quote. Who says it? Uh, da, 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 da. Yeah, I did show you guys, but just in case somebody didn't see it or was in, the show right here is exactly like Unsolved Mysteries. It's what's it called? Missing rewards is what it's called. Here, I could probably show you real quick. Wait, is it that? There it is. There we go, right there. Here it is. I can show you real quick since we are here. Let's there's me up in the corner. Put it over here. I don't know, is this too loud? I can't tell how loud or not loud it is.
Who answers
there
that
we go.
question?
Now you can hear.
James Cornutt and Judy Mason were a pair of smooth-talking con artists who stole millions from their closest friends.
So as a result, I had to file bankruptcy in August 1980.
Hold on, let me turn that down for a second. Let me just go. There's two. There's actually two on here. So let me just. There we go. Galadriel, yes. I'll just go straight to where my dad is in this, if I can find it real quick. Okay, they're having their lunch. This is like an auto place down in Syracuse, New York. And then, okay, it's Als Auto. So we're almost there. So they were just, doing their job, and then somebody murdered them. It looks like a robbery gone wrong, but they never found who did it. Okay, so they met each other. Wait, okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Look how old the cars are there. And then he gets there. Oh, there's our van right there. There's the van we grew up in, the blue and white one over there. So, okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I was born when this happened. This happened in the 80s. So here it comes. Let's see. That's my dad right there. Obviously, he's all like disguised. That's not my dad. So that's another actor. That's actually an actor that played the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. And okay, there's my dad right there. Right there. Yeah, they didn't really show his face or anything, but it was a reenactment of the crime. And then that's pretty much it. And then they found the wallet right where I would go walking. I would go jogging here sometimes with Craig, right on Onondaga Lake Parkway. But they found a wallet there. Anyway, that just like a little detour real quick from our live stream. But did I watch The Lord of the Rings Two Towers on the 20th year? And I did not. No, I did not. And I've already told my Lord of the Rings story so many times on my live stream that you don't want to hear it again. If somebody answers it now, can they still get 10,000 or more? I don't know. Maybe. 70s porn. It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it's from the 70s. It's from the 80s. My dad did get paid. It was like something like $50 or something. Wait, that's not 10. It's 110,000. It's not 10,000. It's 110,000. Yeah. Tell you again. The new Brendan Fraser movie. All right, who's heard my Lord of the Rings story before? The one where I went to see I think it was Two Towers. So yeah, that was 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Okay, nobody's responding, so I don't think. I did hear why Brendan Fraser left Hollywood for a while. Even better, 110,000. That's 100,000 more. Do you know something, Apple Tree? I know that would be nice if we found. Probably they'll never find out who did it. Do I refuse to be around non-vegan meals? I mean, now, I mean, when I first went vegan, obviously I lived with my parents, so that wasn't going to happen. But I'm an adult now, and I live on my own, and I don't have any non-vegan things in my house. So I prefer to be around non-vegan meals, but if I go visit my parents or whatever, that's different. But for the most part, I'm not usually around non-vegan meals. So you were on set with Brendan Fraser for an entire day. Yeah, he does seem like a really nice guy. Everybody says that about him. Would I ever date somebody that wasn't vegan or vegetarian? No. Is my brother vegan? Both of my brothers and my sister are vegan. Yes. All right, I'll tell the Lord of the Rings story. Okay, so back in 2002, was that when it came out? Yeah. Uh, I was living in New York City, and it was the premiere of Lord of the Rings. I think the Two Towers. I think that's the one it was. And my girlfriend at the time and me went down to the closest movie theater by where we were living on the Upper West Side. And I forget the name of it was, I think it was down either Columbus or Broadway. I don't remember. But we went there, and it was an IMAX theater, and so we got there before anybody. We were the first ones there. But we were standing in the wrong line, so then somebody else got there and stood in the real line, so then we were the second one there. Even though we were the first, we were the second one in line. And that's because I'm really OCD and weird about like where I sit. I don't like anybody be behind me or something. Otherwise, and I'm claustrophobic, and I just would rather not go to a movie. So we waited there way too long, so but we did that so we had good seats. And in the IMAX theater, I wanted to be in the very back and in the middle. So we got it. We got where we were trying to be. And then it filled up, and then the movie was supposed to start, but it didn't. People were like, well, when's the movie going to start? We've been sitting here forever. And then a bunch of the actors from the movie walked out on stage. We had Elijah Wood, we had Dominic Monaghan, and there was a couple other people there. So I think there was like 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, that was it. It was basically the Hobbits. And then they started talking to us, and I was like, this is amazing. This is so awesome. Like we got the best seats, we're here for the opening of Lord of the Rings, and we're talking to the actors. Elijah Wood's talking to us right now, and he's answering like just, questions. People are like, raising their hand, asking. The majority of the people, were really happy for this. But then one guy asked a question. He's like, I got a question. And Elijah Wood's like, yes. And he's like, when are you going to be done talking so we can watch the movie? And Elijah Wood goes, well, F me. drops the microphone and walks right off. And everybody was like looking at this guy like, you jerk. Like, why'd you do that? You ruined all of our, like, why, you know? And then they all left. So, and then the movie started. So that's my story. That guy. Really? I know, we should have all like collectively been, Elijah, get back here. But we didn't. That was really sucky of him. We had, I mean, out of any movie theater they could have been in the entire United States of America, they were at the movie theater we were at, just coincidentally. We had no idea that anybody would be here. And it wasn't advertised. And then it was a surprise. And we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. But, yeah, still a good story in a way. My favorite Rob Zombie movie would probably be, you know, I don't usually like remakes, but I think he did a really good remake of Halloween. The first one. I really liked Halloween. And I liked the Devil's Rejects. I don't know if I like that one or House of a Thousand Corpses better, but I would say probably, I don't know, Halloween would be my first one. And then, and there's actually a couple that I still haven't seen. Lords of Salem, I didn't care for it. I was where they filmed it, but I didn't really care for that one. And, anyway, I tell the best stories. Well, thank you, Linda. I'll have a new YouTube channel called The Storyteller. Watch, it's gonna be up there tomorrow, and it's not me. But what I did want to say is, I'm going to start doing some lives on Facebook. And I know not everybody uses Facebook, but YouTube isn't really being good to me with my videos anymore. It's not telling people that subscribe to me that I post and stuff like that. And so I'm going to start doing some lives over on Facebook. And if you don't want to go over there and watch, I understand. But if you do, that's where I'll be. Sometimes we're going to be doing some lives. I think I'm going to save my Vegan Cuts box to open on Facebook Live, because I haven't done a Facebook Live in years. But I want to try it out and see how it works. So. Oh, no, I've never seen The Friendship Onion. You know, I think I saw a photo of it that they were doing that. Or no, maybe that was everybody out to dinner. They always meet up and go out to dinner. That would be so cool, you know, to be in a movie with cool people that would get together and go to dinner every year or something like that. But, it'd be awesome to be in a Lord of the Rings movie. Oh, and here's I would always get really excited to go watch the Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. When the first one came out, wasn't any different. And then when Return of the King came out, I remember being so excited, like having my friends over and we're like, we're going to go watch Return of the King tomorrow. Yeah. Like we were so stoked to go watch it. And it was the day of the release, the day before the release. Like we like stayed up all night, like didn't even sleep. And then we went to go see it and I'm like, yeah. And then the lights went down and we're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to watch this. And like literally 5 minutes in, I was like, and it wasn't because it was boring. It was because like I was so tired I couldn't stay awake. And I was like, I'm waking up throughout the movie and I'm like, what's going on? Like this is I fell asleep in Lord of the Rings. True story. Don't stay up. Get a good night's sleep if you're going to watch Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook much other than with the vegan zombie as like my brand, the vegan zombie. And then other than that, it's just to be in contact with people that I know. Yeah, I saw all of them in the theaters. It was nice, all in the IMAX. I didn't like the Hobbit trilogy, no. Yeah, Avatar. Even the first Avatar was really long. I haven't seen the other one. I haven't seen the new one. But what time is it here? Time flies when we go live, right? We'll answer questions for maybe another 15 if you guys want to stick around here. I might do another, I don't know, but I might do another live stream before Christmas, even though technically this should be my last one before Christmas. December 21st, it's the winter solstice. Does anyone enjoy those crappy Lifetime Christmas movies? I'm trying to think of all the ones. I can't think of any of them that I would like, but there's probably maybe, I haven't seen them in years and years and years, but there's probably one that I probably watched just because it was on. Order my shirts. Oh yeah, my shirts. Yes, I made these shirts with that the painting. They're up there. You guys can get them. And also, I don't know if the people that ordered them, I don't know if you guys are on here right now, but there's like a few of you that pre-ordered the other ones, and I ended up refunding everybody and referring you to the other ones instead. So they're not a pre-order anymore. You can actually just order them and get them. And did anybody receive the ones you ordered yet? And if so, what do you think? What do I do for Christmas? Good question. For Christmas, I spend time with family. I'm usually at my parents' on Christmas Eve, which we're not doing this year. We're going to my brother's in-laws instead. And then Christmas Eve night, I always go down to the tree in Syracuse, and I usually do some pictures and a video there. And Christmas Day is always been usually going to my parents with the rest of the family. Sometimes we go to one of my brother's house or something like that, but it's usually spending time with family, which I've done every single year except for when I lived in Florida back in the 90s. Other than that, like, I've been just like a tradition going to hang out with family. And we videotaped like every single Christmas from the time I was born. Well, we didn't videotape. My dad did home movies from the time I was born. But then after that, we've got all of the Christmas movies on VHS tapes. So I've got them all digitized pretty much, and I can see them. And I was just watching one the other day as I was doing, and I could see my grandma and grandpa, and they're not with us anymore, but it was nice to see them and hear them talk on the camera. And I'm way different now than I was back then, so. My favorite color, what I always like black, but I know black is technically an absence of color. So then I'd have to go to a nice shade of blue. I like blue. Mrs. Lippy's favorite color is green. You did get your shirt today. How do you like it? Is it nice and soft, comfortable? Oh, you know what? I was gonna say I wasn't wearing mine today, but I do have this one right here, right now. There it is, right here, right now. Oh wait, hold on, it's crooked. There we go. Boom. It's nice. So anyway, there it is. If you can't see that, it says the vegan zombie down in the snow. Stars in the sky. It's a comfortable shirt. But thank you for buying that. The big video cameras. Yep, you're all like, "Hey, smile for the camera." Yep. Oh, you still remember that story, Ralph? Yeah. The doctor ruined the color green for me. I like green again. I do like green again. But back then, I did not like it anymore. You're wearing it now. Oh, nice. Post pictures and tag it. Hashtag. Yeah, I've got like gigabytes and gigabytes of movies, old, and I still have a lot to go through. So when I find some things that I think I can share with you guys that might be entertaining or worth watching, then I'll do that. But I still have a bunch of like boxes of like mini DV tapes, high 8 tapes, and still like a ton of these ones. Look at this one right here. This is my dad. My dad freaking would get these Marlboro things. These Marlboro, he'd like get the Marlboro cash because he smoked and still smokes, but he'd send them in and get all these free things, and they'd send him these videos. So I would, MacGyver it up, put the tape over it, and then record over it and put things on it. So free tape. The oil spill colors and like the rainbow colors. MacGruber. That's Noah Craig's favorite movie, MacGruber. I've only seen it like once, so I don't remember too much. But yeah, so that's hello from Syracuse. Well, hello back to you from Syracuse, Sarah. You like this tofurkey hoodie, or not hoodie, sweater? It's nice. It's a little bit small on me though. Is winter my favorite? If you asked me that when I was a little kid, I would have said yes, 100%. But it's no longer my favorite. My favorite would be fall, then summer, then winter, then spring. Spring just, to me, it's just as soon as I say spring, I just think of like muddy. No, I don't like spring. Yeah, when it snows here, you got to shovel the driveway. You got to get salt on your pants and oh, thank you, Casper. Casper's Corvette Corner. That's funny. I was gonna say, watch out for the tornadoes, Linda, when you said you had to leave. Yeah, autumn's my favorite. The salt ruins your car. It ruins the bottom of your pants. And I got like a nice steep hill, so it's like you got to shovel, you got to put the salt down. A hoot. Yeah, I got steep hills all the way down if I want to leave. So if it's snowing really bad, I'm just pretty much not leaving my house. Hasn't been too bad here. I brought some wood in today. I got a fireplace and I got a bunch of wood that is uncut pretty much and frozen with snow all over it. But I had a nice fire going last night. Hello from Australia. Well, hello back to you, all the way down under. Is that what they say? It's probably nice and warm over there, isn't it? It's nice and cold over here. It's 30. So it's just a little bit below freezing. In the Fahrenheit. I like it when it snows. I think it looks really pretty and beautiful. And I like to go for like walks at night when it's snowing. But then once it stops, I'm like, can you just melt and go away and get warm again? But like this time of year, I like the snow. Like I want it to snow during this time of year. But then after that, like go away, come back, warm weather. But I don't like too warm weather. I'm too picky. I don't like it really cold and I don't like it really hot. I like to wear like a hoodie. Like if it was like 70 degrees or 68, 69, 70, one of those, boom, perfect. It's raining on and off in Melbourne. So is it warm at least? You were using a small beach shovel, Sabrina? You saw a huge bald eagle? That's crazy because they used to be so rare and now they're around here too. But when I went to Alaska, they were all over. They were all over the place. It was like, oh my God, there's a bald eagle. There's a bald eagle. There's a bald eagle. There's a bear. We saw a bear. Yes, we saw a bear walking right by us with no gates or anything in between us. A bear just walked right by us. That's how bears walk. (18 degrees Celsius). So what is that in Fahrenheit? That's pretty warm, right? You're going vegan for Veganuary, but you need support. You're in the right place. Any questions or anything you have, just come to our page, ask in the comment section, come to our live streams. But yeah, congrats. It's watch the last video that I posted if you didn't, the one before the one I posted today. If you go back and watch that one, I give you my top 5 tips on going vegan. So check that out. And if you have any other questions, feel free to come over to our page and ask. Let's see here. There, I linked it for you if you haven't seen it yet. The bear did not say hello. The bear just kept going, thankfully. Yeah, I actually have a video of the bear walking by us. was pretty crazy. Yeah. And if you want to go vegan earlier than Veganuary, you could do it right now. We've got tons of recipes, especially a ton of holiday recipes here on my channel. I got a nice ebook, cookbook, and there's thousands of other channels out there that have the same stuff. And don't let people tell you that it's not doable, because I've been vegan now going on 29 years. That's scary, Mantis. The last time I went camping with Craig, there was something, I think it was a bear right outside the tent, and I could hear it breathing, and it was walking around. I could feel how heavy it was when it would run on the ground. I was like, oh my God, this is scary. And then, I didn't say anything. And then finally I was like, Greg. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, are you hearing this? And he says, oh yeah, I've been listening to it for the past hour. And I was like, because I'm always like, I mean, if you ask me, if you look at my like history of like things that I watch on YouTube, can anybody guess what I watch on YouTube? I'll tell you. It's either chess or bear attacks. Like, I don't know why, but I'm like, I can't like look away from bear. I'm like, I got to watch every bear attack out there. Oh, these hikers were in the woods, and they all happen in Canada. And so I'm always like, watch out for bears. If you're going camping, watch out for bears. If I'm bringing my dogs out back to go potty at night, watch out for bears. So why are we're talking about bears now? See? Tell the raccoon story. Maybe we'll tell the raccoon story next time. Were my parents vegan? No. I was the first vegan in my family. And I got my siblings to go vegan afterwards. Well, so if you're going to give up eggs, like what kind of eggs do you like? Are you saying eggs that are in baked goods or in other, there's so many different egg replacers you can put in there. And if you're thinking about things like, I mean, they even have like, you got to find these, you can make them your own, their recipes, but you can find actual eggs that look like fried eggs. But you can make your scramble. You can make a tofu scramble. You can just egg is a pretty good replica out there. Mind you, I haven't eaten eggs in like 34 years, something like that. So, but also remember this: when you go vegan, don't expect everything to taste just like the counterpart. Like if you have like vegan eggs or vegan meat or whatever, a lot of everything that I eat is really good, is really tasty, but don't expect it to taste exactly like the counterpart. Think of it as like a whole new food that you're trying that's delicious, So when you're giving up all these other things, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, because you're opening up the doors to so many great, delicious new foods that you're going to try. And there are a lot of imitation foods that people can't even tell the difference. There's a lot of cheeses out there, ice creams, like different. I mean, these are all like the junk foods and stuff, and you can make all of your own food too. But as far as the eggs go, like if you are going to make a tofu scramble, enjoy it for what it is. Don't be like, well, this doesn't taste exactly like eggs. Just be like, enjoy it for what it's delicious. But yeah, I would say the just egg is probably the closest to being, and you can make omelets, scrambled eggs, stuff like that with it. And it does scarily taste like I remember eggs to taste like. So watch out for zombies and bears. Yeah, you got that right. Well, thank you, Sarah. Sarah says my channel is the best. Thank you. You've been following with your husband since you went vegan. It's awesome that I'm local, and yeah, it's always cool seeing other people from around the area. I actually just got food with no egg Craig the other day from Noodle House. They have an awesome vegan menu, by the way, if you haven't been there. But if you're vegan, you've probably been there. Yeah, I don't want to ever be in a situation with a bear like that. Like, I'll sleep in a car. Like, lock those doors up. Boiled. Okay, so there are some recipes out there for, like, let's say I've seen people do like deviled eggs, vegan deviled eggs and stuff like that. You can basically check out my video, and it gives you one of the tips that I give are just go and Google like a vegan. They've literally veganized every little thing you can think of. I mean, they have mock duck. They have everything you can think of. They have vegan versions of it. So yeah, look for vegan boiled eggs. I never liked that kind of thing, so I've never looked for that. I always hated eggs. They were just weird to me. I could tell you a gross story, but I won't. Um, but yeah, I gave up eggs a long time ago before I even went vegan. Yeah, exactly. Glittering duct tape says I've been vegan for 11 years and I never run out of new recipes and things to bake and cook. That's because there's so many different things. Like before I was vegan, it was like pretty much the basic traditional things over and over and over again. But when you go vegan, it's like you want to learn, you want to find other foods, you want to learn about other foods, and you want to learn. It's like you got to like learn to cook your own foods or learn to find new foods because you're looking at a whole new lifestyle here. So, and this is another tip I give. Don't look at it as something that's hard. Look at it. It might be a little bit of a challenge, but look at it as a positive thing. When I went vegan at a younger age, I looked at it as a very positive thing. I looked at it as a fun new chapter in my life. I'm like, oh, this is fun and new. So what am I going to do? I need to start reading the ingredients and learn what I can eat and what I can't eat and learn what kind of foods that I actually like so I know what to get next time. It's kind of like a learning process. Like, oh, well, I don't really like this, but I love this, so you just kind of learn all these new foods, and there's so many different things you can do. I mean, I remember one day I tried durian. I'm like, okay, so never seen this, never heard of it. I find out where it is and I try it out. And it's like everybody talks about either you love it or you hate it, something like that. But you'll just learn about so many different foods, and there's so many different combinations of how you can make different foods. So there's no shortage there. Strong Hearts all the way, all the time. Have you been to Loaded? Or do you refuse to go anywhere other than Strong Hearts? Is that what you're saying? Oh, there's a restaurant around here called Lemongrass. It's been around since before I even went vegan. Myers for eggs? Not familiar with that. Yes, they do make way better vegan foods now than they did 20 some years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Because it has finally broken the barrier of being a mainstream thing. Nobody talked about it. Nobody knew what it was. And now that's not the case. That is totally true, Casper. It's you can have a vegan diet, but it's a vegan lifestyle is the main thing. Once you get into the mindset, that's the other tip that I have in the video, by the way, spoiler alert, is the mindset. Once you look at the mindset and you don't consider, that was the easiest part for me. Once you know why you're going vegan and you have a mindset, otherwise it's just plant-based. If you're not in the mindset. But once you're in the mindset, like animals were not meant to be eaten. So for me, animals were not food. Animal products were not food. I understand people eat them, but to me, they weren't food. So that meant that I had a job to do, and that was to figure out all the other foods that I can eat other than animals. And it was easy. I never had a problem. It was never difficult for me. And I'm talking about this almost 30 years ago. So now today, I mean, there's really no excuse because there's so many different things that you can get, and there's so much support out there too. So it might seem challenging at first to think about it because it's all you know is eating the standard traditional foods. But believe me, it's not as hard as it might seem. You just got to just do it and just start swapping things in your pantry and your cupboards and your refrigerator out, and then only buy things that come from plants, or if you like mushrooms, go for it. But, nuts, seeds, these things. And they're delicious. I mean, how do people usually make animal products, for the most part, have certain taste and taste good? They put seasoning on it. Vegan things, vegan seasonings, vegan herbs and spices, vegan marinades. That's how they make them taste good. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Anyway. Yeah, it's think of it as a fun new chapter in your life, a fun new challenge. Challenge yourself. People should be challenging themselves every day anyway. Otherwise you just get stuck into so challenge yourself and make it fun. Say, okay, so what meals am I going to prepare today that are vegan? Because you've never done it before. But I'm sure you've eaten a lot of vegan food before and you just don't think about it. Like, fruits, veggies, heck, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like so many things are vegan that people just don't think about. French fries, potatoes, unless you're putting butter and milk in it. Like, you can make all of these things deliciously vegan. I don't like to eat food if it doesn't taste good. And I am vegan, so I make food that tastes delicious. So, it's funny because I have family members, and we had Thanksgiving this past year at my brother's house, and not everybody there, all of my siblings are vegan, but not everybody there, like the in-laws and stuff. So not everybody there is vegan. And usually when there's their food and then there's vegan food, a lot of people will complain that they don't want the vegan food. But then when you bring it over, they all try it and they like it. Well, it's not bad for vegan. But if you have an entire place, which we did this past last month, where everything there was vegan, there wasn't anything that they could eat that wasn't vegan. It's funny how you see everybody grabbing everything, putting it on their plate and loving it, saying how delicious everything was because there's nothing else to eat there. So then they have to eat the vegan food. And then they realize, well, this is really good. Give me some more of that. Give me some more, So, and a lot of those foods, I don't even feel like they even, you can't, they have vegan butter, vegan mashed potatoes. You put vegan butter, vegan milk instead of non-vegan, and it's you can't really taste the difference. There's a lot of things. You can't taste the difference between a lot of baked goods and sweets either. You're making cupcakes and cakes and pies and stuff. It's I think a lot of times, I think there's a lot of situations out there. I can't think of, but I think that there's competitions out there where the vegan won. Chili contest, cupcake contest, dessert, stuff like that. And then they find out after the fact that, oh, it's vegan? The vegan won? I don't know. It is easier being vegan nowadays than it was back then. Even though I don't think it was hard, but yes, you're definitely correct there. No honey. Honey. No honey. Honey comes from an animal. A bee is in the classification kingdom of animal, and the way it makes it is it puts it into their stomach and it regurgitates. So you're eating vomit. Honey is bee vomit. I believe my siblings, yes, were inspired to go vegan from me, because I first went vegetarian, and then they went vegetarian, and then I went vegan, and then they were vegetarian. I'm like, hi, I'm vegan, and they're still vegetarian. And then all these years go by, and I'm like, hey, vegan, and they're vegetarian. Vegan, vegetarian. Boop. We got 2 vegans. Boop, boop. Now they're all vegan. What's up, Galaxy Vegan? Sorry you missed the chat. I'm just about ready to go, though. It's we've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes, around there. But welcome. We've been talking about all kinds of things, from Lord of the Rings to snowy weather to veganism, going vegan. So oh, your internet, that's always bad. Spicy mac and cheese. Everybody's making me so hungry. Bear attacks, chess, skateboards. Mike Vallely over here. Yes. The missing rewards on like the Unsolved Mysteries show. Anyway, we got all the links in there if you guys want to go see that too. But I think I'm going to get going now. I'm going to be trying to do another live stream soon. I got to figure out how to hook it up, because everything's hooked up here, but I got to hook it up on Facebook. So on the Vegan Zombie on Facebook, I'm going to do that. And if you guys are on Facebook, go for it. If not, totally understand. I remind you of someone from the Grateful Dead. You know, a lot of people say that I remind them of different people, and I get different people all the time that I have to look up, and I'm not familiar with Brent Midland, but I know where I was when Jerry died. I was driving. But yeah, it was a fun stream. Thanks for being on here and joining. And we'll do it again. Hopefully before Christmas, but no guarantees. That's right, Linda. Happy winter solstice. This was our shortest daylight day of the year. If you're up here in the northern hemisphere, those of you down in Australia, not so much, but for us up here, shortest daylight day of the year. Best day ever for vampires. And on here or YouTube? This is YouTube. This is a YouTube page here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do maybe I'll try to do one of each. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go live though, so it's either here or Facebook. Facebook would be the Vegan Zombie on Facebook. And I don't know what day, so I'm sorry. I'll try to give some kind of notification, or it's kind of be kind of a trial with Facebook, because I haven't done it in years. Anyway, I'm out for the night, so stay safe and watch out for zombies.